this video, we can say in the openings, e4 is the most common. It's the most common move. So to play against d4, we have a king pawn game, and in the king pawn game, we have the Italian game. Is the most popular, and in the Italian game, we have the move bishop c5. It's the most common. Why? Because knight f6 and knight g5 attacking the f7 square is very annoying. So they usually play bishop c5. Actually, with bishop c5, we have plenty of ways to play. c3, mainline, b4, advanced gambit, d3, Passimo variation, or castle variation. So, in this position, I prefer to play d4. d4 is not very usual. It is the Italian game. This unusual move is often be used by players in high-rated tournaments from some people who are playing in national tournaments, as I told. So when white play d4, there's three options to take with pawn, bishop, knight, knight. If pawn takes, we have two variations to play. First is to play knight c5, and the second is to play c3. First variation, knight c5. Now the f7 square is being attacked, and the queen cannot take knight because the bishop. So knight must move to h6 to protect it. Now we have a brilliant move. At least not for now, because nowadays this move has been changed to good move. Knight takes f7, knight takes back, and bishop takes that. King takes bishop, and queen h5 attack the king. We both attack the king and the bishop, so pawn push and the bishop has been destroyed. In this position, the game is balanced, but white have more ideas to attack. With the bishop attacking the last square, the knight can move later on, and white can exploit just like that, like have double pawn in the d file. And for black, they can move the rookie to the e file to attack on the e4 pawn, and then move the king back to castle manually. But in this situation, in my opinion, white is likely better. So in the second variation, e takes d4, and white plays c3. The most common is to take with a pawn. Bishop takes f7, brilliant. King takes back, and queen d5 attacking the king. King moves, and queen takes the bishop. If king makes move to e8 and queen here, d6, and queen takes the bishop. This move makes the dark square become weaker and weaker, than if the pawn check and this rook is being in danger. So we have queen d5, king move, and we check with check, and d6, we take the pawn back. Then queen f6, trying to trade the queens, and queen a3. white is slightly better in its position. Black king has been trapped in the corner. Black pawn is pinned, kind of pushed into the center, and both sides have equally developed. Then the fact that the black king cannot castle make white more benefits. Well, to prevent this, when e takes d4, we should not take with e takes d4. Instead, we take with the knight. Knight takes d4. Bishop e3. Bishop. When we play bishop e3, knight cannot take with check. Queen takes knight. And threatening checkmate. Queen e2. And this completely ruined for white. So, black should play queen f6, bishop takes, pawn takes, and e5 attacking the black queen. Black queen move attacking the g pawn, and white castle. In this position, the game is balanced. Both sides have pawn in the center. Both sides have two pieces developed, and the advantage for white is white king is in safe. That's the point. And there is another variation that bishop takes d4. So for bishop takes d4, we take it immediately with a knight. Knight takes back and bishop e3 attack the knight. Knight must move back, and if knight f6, we should take, and the queen and pawn, bishop completely control center. Even if, and in this position, white is slightly better. So knight c6 is maybe the must. Knight c3, knight e7, queen f3, short castle, long castle. White have the d file semi-open for the rookie, and it is slightly better for white with 5 pieces developed. Semi-open file and king safety. For c3, if you take it with a pawn, enemy plays c3, you can play knight f6. The point of knight f6 is to change completely the game from Italian Gambit to the Ucopiano mainline variation. So in this situation, white can take or push, but I prefer push. d5 to counter attack on the bishop. Bishop e5 pinning the knight. Knight move, take, bishop move back, and castle. On this position, white is slightly better, but black have the knight in the center, but it can be changed soon. So the game is more likely to be draw in the future. Here are several ways to play the Italian Gambit and several methods to solve and save the game from the Italian Gambit. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.